Test. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Super Metroid Arcade Tournament quarterfinals. Let's talk a little bit about the runners that we have here today. This is the quarterfinals, which means the winner of this match will go on to the semifinals, which I believe is against Nevdi. So as it currently stands, Zoasty has defeated BF Robber in round 1, French Lightning John in round 2, and is now facing Sapphron in the quarterfinals. Sapphron faced Kenny in round 1, faced me in round 2, and will now be facing off against Zoasty in the quarterfinals. And yes, the winner does go on to face Nevdi, and the winner of the Nevdi match will go on to the grand finals to face Shiny Zinni. The loser of that semifinal match will go on to the bronze match to play against Pizza for the third place. My name's Jay Chalk. I will be your commentator for tonight. I am super hype, super hype that this one will be pretty exciting. So if we take a look at the high scores, we have Zoasty with a 123 for this tournament. Their high score is a 123, and meanwhile Sapphron with a high score of 128. So very close. Zoasty obviously has the upper hand movement-wise. Sapphron, however, has a lot of that hack knowledge that has been giving them an edge in this tournament thus far. So this is going to be a battle that I know everyone has been looking forward to for the past few weeks or so. So I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Because I'm pretty hype. Zoasty taking a hit there for got to run 115 though. I'm not sure if they were doing that within a 30-minute time limit or if they were just practicing, but 115's still good nonetheless. Looks like our runners, at least on Saffron's side, they are on version 1.06. Looks like Zoasty's also on version 1.06. We got to make sure we're on hard difficulty, endless, and our first seed provided by GM Extreme is 0D19. Our runners are going to be readied up here. We're going to be kicking this off. All right. One moment. Going to update Saffron's name here. There we go. That should be much better. All right, so if this is your first time joining us, this is the Super Metroid Arcade Tournament, and what that's going to entail is our two runners here are going to be attempting to go as many rooms as possible within a 30-minute time limit. We're going to be looking at the top right-hand corner of their screens. That top number is the max room count. That's the farthest they've gone. The number below that is their current room count. If they're moving together, that means that they are increasing their max and their current at the same time. If they die, they will start over from 1 and have to reach that count again to increase that count. This is a best of 3, so we're going to be seeing at least 2 matches. All right, our runners are ready. I'm going to be dropping the gate, and we're going to be kicking this off for you guys, and good luck. Have fun. One moment. we're having we're making sure that both runners are on the same seed. I caught it. I caught it before we kicked them off. I dropped the gate and then remembered, hey, we should probably one moment. We're just making sure everyone has their timing on correctly to, start the match. We had a test run of the countdown, so we're gonna do a new countdown here, and we're gonna kick them off, and it should be a blast. So one moment while we get that ready to boogie. All right, now we should be OD19, OD19, hard, endless. All right, we're ready to go, fam. Let's get it. So this is the Super Metroid Arcade quarterfinals. The winner of this match will go on to the semifinals against Nevdi, a fantastic runner who's been just plowing through competition in this tournament. Sapphron, Zoasty also having incredible matches. So this is going to be an exciting one. Zoasty and Sapphron have similar PBs in this tournament thus far. As discussed before, Zoasty is the overall better runner, at least movement-wise. Sapphron having the better knowledge on the tech, or rather the hacks side. So we're going to be starting off on the ship here, but we can go left or right. Typically runners will go left, but some runners have elected to go right. Looks like Sapphron is going to be going right. Zoasty's also going to be going right. So this is good. We're going to be having somewhat of a sync. Ooh, we get the Criteria Power Bomb room. This room is actually pretty annoying if you only have the pea shooter. So how this is going to work is the seed, rather the hack, is continuously looking at health, ammo, loadout, everything. So as you can see, Zoasty took kind of a hit there. If Sapphron goes through this door at 99 health and Zoasty goes through the door at a different health, it's possible that they can get different rooms. So we will see what Zoasty gets here. 98 should give them the same room, but we'll see what happens, because again, okay, it does. Oh, but we do get a divergence. Zoasty electing to go up towards the wreck ship E-tank door. Sapphron getting pushed into Bomb Chorizo. Zoasty finding our first E-tank. This is going to be nice. It's going to push Zoasty out of one hit range. The crabs in this game do 120 damage, which currently will one hit kill our runners. Sapphron is still in that one hit range, and Zoasty finds the Bomb Chorizo. So both runners having to do this with just the P-shot, which is slightly annoying. As you can see in the top left, for all bosses, we're going to be having that health bar. So you're going to be able to see how much health the bosses have left. So Sapphron done with Bomb Chorizo there. So now we have bombs, but we have yet to find the Morph Ball yet. So we'll see when that pops up. Zoasty almost finished here with Bomb Chorizo as well. Sapphron gets pushed through to 6 in the main street, down into 7. Now we're going to be going in through an elevator. This potentially could lead to Morph Ball. I assume it will. And it looks like it did. No, it did not. Okay, that was a purple shaft anyway. But this is really cool because we've had complete sync. No runner has really taken any hits or picked up anything different other than that E-tank. That could kind of change what our runners see here. Sapphron finding yet another power bomb. And right now, Sapphron has a little bit of a lead. Only about maybe a room and a half. Ooh, Zoasty finds the pancake room. This is a very dangerous room. Looks like Zoasty's just going to run right through it, though. Very nicely done. And Sapphron finds the Morph Ball, so that's going to open up quite a bit of the game. Still no missiles, no supers. We still got Zoasty coming through here. Pre-spore spawn supers. There's Sapphron finding. Oh my gosh, this. Oh, that is a dangerous jump to make right there. That is a pretty incredible damage being done by the acid. That does a lot of damage per frame. Sapphron now at 55 health. Zoasty finds the speed booster. Very nice. Sapphron elects to just turn right around. Not a bad play. There's a lot of times you can find rooms where you just immediately find that you can turn right around. So the purpose of this tournament is speed. Want to get through these rooms as quickly as possible. We're having a really nice race so far. Both runners with just a room within each other. Zoasty actually taking a little bit of a lead here. Sapphron needs to be careful here. Doesn't want to get hit by that crab. Okay, we're good. Sapphron at 17, Zoasty moving in the 19. So this could really, we've had so much of a divergence. Ooh, okay, but Sapphron does have some power bombs here. We've had so much of a divergence that really this is going to come down to what rooms our runners get here. Zoasty picking up the morph ball. Going to be moving into room number 20. Sapphron going to use a bomb there. Very nice decision. Does not want to get grabbed by the yapping maw. That would definitely pull them into oblivion. Acid, and of course, oh my goodness, does a lot of damage. Sapphron almost finding out how much damage acid can do there. We're about 5 minutes into this race. We're on a pretty good pace, 21. So that's at least on pace for 100 plus rooms here. Sapphron coming out of the Fantoon, excuse me, room there into Kraid's lair. Has a potential to pick up a missile pack there. Elects to skip it. We have yet to find any missile. Well, Sapphron did have the opportunity to pick up a missile pack there, but other than that, Sapphron is without missiles. Zoasty, on the other hand, has 6 missiles and now another pack of power bombs. And Sapphron now moving, okay, the better half of Firefly. Getting that from the bottom is pretty scary with this health. Now, this is a room not a lot of runners elect to actually do. There is an E-Tank up there, but Mama Turtle does a significant amount of damage without any suits. It's like a lot of damage. So Sapphron's just going to turn right around and finds the Ice Beam. Zoasty making their way up the climb. We're still, meanwhile, Sapphron just plowing through these rooms, takes the lead. Zoasty now just a couple rooms behind, but this has been really back and forth as Zoasty elects to go up through Bubble Mountain here, maybe through the save door. Okay, he's going to go over and pick up this missile pack. So Zoasty is thinking about their ammo count a little bit. Sapphron is definitely skipping a lot more ammo than Sapphron is, or excuse me, than Zoasty is. Saffron's skipping a lot more ammo than Zoasty is. As you can see, Sapphron has no missiles to Zoasty's 8, and this can determine the rooms that our runners get. Ooh, Sapphron finds high jump boots. Zoasty finding another E-Tank in the basement here, and that's a nice quick room. But Sapphron is putting just a few rooms on to Zoasty here. This is a slower room for Sapphron. Zoasty might have an opportunity to catch up just a little bit. You can see that was very clean by... Oh no, and Zoasty is the first to find Charge Beam. Now this is pretty significant because Charge Beam is going to be putting a lot of mini bosses and bosses into logic. And you cannot leave this room without picking up the Charge Beam. So this is going to be a charge for Zoasty. Charge is going to put Varia into logic. And once we have Charge and Varia, that's when things get pretty wild. And Space Jump for Sapphron. Something that I should mention is at 30 rooms. So Zoasty now reaching 30 and Sapphron at 39. Every 30 rooms, the damage is going to be increased by 50%. Oh, what a terrible room for Zoasty. This is one of the worst rooms to get with the damage increase on top of low health, but Zoasty able to get through it. Sapphron finding Hellway. He gets thrown into Fantoon Zoasty! Wow! Oh man, okay. But Zoasty definitely one to get through this. Zoasty does a lot of categories that require some pretty low percent Fantoon fights, but again, this is a Fantoon fight that has a 50% damage increase, so that's something that we need to keep in mind. But coming straight from that heated room directly into Fantoon, pretty brutal, as now Sapphron has gained a 10 room plus lead over Zoasty with that Fantoon fight coming over at Zoasty at a really inopportune time here. Unfortunately, having that Charge Beam really affects... Oh my gosh, that was quite the hit there. Zoasty, I believe, can't take... Oh no. Oof. Okay, so Zoasty's gonna take a reset there. That's okay. There's still a lot of time left. Only 9 minutes have gone by. Only 45 rooms in. Sapphron has all the opportunity to be thrown into a pretty difficult room as well, taking 2 major hits there, putting it at 45. Going to be coming down into the escape room here after Mother Brain. This is the second room following Mother Brain. We'll see what route Zoasty elects to take. They kind of know what to expect for the most part. But on Saffron's side, something else to note as they get pushed into charge. This is exactly what Zoasty wants here. Sapphron needs to go one more room, and once they reach 50, that is when the speed of all of the enemies increases. So every 30 rooms is a 50% damage increase. So in 11 rooms, Sapphron will have a speed increase plus a 100% damage increase. So that's definitely something that we need to keep in mind. Where crabs normally do 120 damage with no suits. You increase that by 100%. You do the math, that's 240 damage. So that's definitely something that our runners need to keep in mind, especially on Saffron's side. Who doesn't? Oh my gosh. Those, I believe they're called ouches. Actually, I'm not sure about that, but they might be called ouches. They hit for a lot. They're very dangerous. There is actually a Speedrunners Arena 2 and a Speedrunners Arena 3, which all three will probably be used quite frequently during the SMRAT tournament. Which, by the way, for those of you who have been waiting for the next time for the next SMRAT qualifier, first SMRAT qualifier was amazing. It had like 35 people in it. It was a pretty awesome seed. The next SMRAT qualifier will be this Saturday between 11 and 7. We're still narrowing down a time, but that's, oh my gosh, Sapphron almost dying there. Very nice. But yeah, Sapphron, the SMRAT qualifier number 2. Okay, Zoasty almost get hit by the crab. Will be this Saturday. So if you're interested in some full rando SMRAT action, you're going to want to be there for that. Sapphron, meanwhile, still pushing these rooms up, only at 49 health. Cannot afford a hit really by much. Elects to farm up some health here in Frog Speedway. And just to reiterate, if you look at the top right-hand corner of the runner's screen, you're going to be seeing a number. That very top number is the max room count. That is the highest room that they have achieved. The number below that is the current room count. So if you see that those numbers are going up together, that means that every room they are progressing their max room count. If they die, for example, on Zoasty's side, that number resets back to 1. That middle number will reset back to 1, and they have to go through 32 rooms to begin increasing that number again. At the end of 30 minutes, so in 18 minutes and 20 seconds, at the end of this time, whoever has that highest number in the top right will be declared the winner of this match. And this is a best of 3. This is the quarterfinals of the Super Metroid Arcade Tournament. Zoasty here on the left, Sapphron on the right. Sapphron is now at 100% damage increase, so these crabs here will kill him in one hit. So he lays a power bomb there to get rid of them. They're very nicely done. And Zoasty finds the grappling beam. So the grappling beam is actually pretty useful. Can one-hit kill these crabs, especially if you're moving down Main Street from the top. It's a really useful item to have. You can one-shot the crabs and they won't hurt you if you can kill them first. Zoasty, unfortunately, finding Bomb Chorizo again, but does have a few super missile. Ooh, Sapphron finding Plasma Beam. So that's now 2 items that are, if you look up at the top right-hand corner, you notice 4 items with green bars. That's because 4 items in this hack are temporary. So you can find the Plasma Beam, the Space Jump, Screw Attack, and Gravity. And then you only have access to those items for a short amount of time before they disappear. Once that green bar gets to nothing, then it disappears. Sapphron finding the Metroid room here. And thankfully, from this side, if you find the room that Saffron's moving into, which would normally be the second Metroid room. That was the third that Sapphron was in. The second Metroid room is pretty dangerous if you're entering it from the reverse, because you have to react quickly before that first Metroid locks onto you. But I'm trying to remember what I was saying before that. Oh, yes. If runners find all 4 items at once, space jump, plasma, gravity, and screw attack, they actually get a hyper beam. So, and it resets all of the timers on the 4 items. So we've had this happen once in the tournament so far. Oh my goodness, Zoasty gets snagged by that crab. Oof. That is going to send Zoasty back to the beginning here. That's going to make it that much more difficult for Zoasty to have some kind of comeback here. Sapphron moving into 78, not looking like they're going to be slowed down by much. Now it's that particular room, the broken tube room, that has taken so many lives in this tournament. The problem is when you go into that room with a jump, your kind of first like knee-jerk reaction when you see that crab is to what? To try to pull back or stop yourself in some way, but you actually get like thrown straight down, which is what happened to Zoasty, and he got thrown straight down into the crab, which happens so often. I do it. Sorry, Sapphron jumps right into the balloon. But that is exactly what Zoasty needed. That was really unfortunate. Those balloons do a lot of damage. But Sapphron was at 100% damage increase. So I'm not sure what the base damage is on those without suits. But if you times that by 2, that is exactly how much damage Sapphron just took at once, completely murdering him. But this is interesting. This is gonna be a tight comeback for Zoasty, but it's not impossible. Especially because there's still half this match left. And Zoasty definitely has the movement, the tech, the skills required to make a run to 81. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what happens if our runners die and the match ends and they have the same room count? The answer to that question is a sudden death. And how that's going to work is it's a 5-minute sudden death on arcade difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty in the hack. So whoever can go the farthest in 5 minutes will be declared the winner for that match. In the exhibition matches leading up to the tournament, we had actually quite a few sudden deaths. We have not had a single sudden death in this tournament yet, which is kind of surprising. I mean, you would think, of course, that it'd be pretty rare, but in the exhibitions, which we had quite a few, we actually had sudden deaths. And not only that, as someone mentions it in chat here, we not only had a sudden death, we had a double sudden death. No, Zoasty, please, gets absolutely necked right in the back of the head by a pancake. That just might do it. If it wasn't tight, the Sapphron almost taking a death by that crab. If it wasn't tight enough with that first death, that second death by Zoasty, that just might seal the deal there. Looks like Zoasty, let's check the chat here. Okay. One moment. Going to so in this tournament, runners are allowed to watch the restream, so I'm going to keep things secret. Runners are allowed to watch the restream, but Sapphron is not, so I'm going to keep things secret to the runners. So because Saffron's not watching the restream. In my matches, I also didn't watch the restream. Just it was just probably too distracting for me. But yeah, so it looks like Zoasty might be throwing in the top for this match, but it's okay because this is why this is a best of 3. We're gonna be throwing at you another seed in the next 12 or so minutes. So let's check out how far Sapphron can go in this next 12 minutes here. So I hope everyone's having a fantastic night. Has anyone out there played the arcade hack? I see a few participants in the channel that were in the tournament this year. Shout outs to all you awesome peeps. Also shout outs to the developers of this hack for creating it, allowing us the opportunity to have such a tournament. In this format, you know, it's a little strange, but we thought it would be pretty accessible. We like to do accessible things here on this channel. So the accessible arcade tournament was born. And it's, I mean, honestly, it's been, I mean, maybe you guys can you can express your opinion, but in my personal opinion, we've had some absolutely stellar matches. Like, I think every match we've had so far in this tournament has been like up in the air. Even if it was 2-0 sweeps, some of these 2-0 sweeps have been so unbelievably close in each of the matches. It's just been pretty unbelievable to watch this past few weeks in this tournament so far. Zoasty looks like they're practicing ice clip to shack tool. That's a really nice setup. Coming in with a charge shot, jumping up with, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. That's unbelievable. I love it. All right, so Sapphron going to continue on. It's okay. We'll wait another 10 minutes. It looks like Zoasty has indeed thrown in the top for this one. So we'll go ahead and call this one a win for Sapphron here. And that would mean Zoasty needs to win the next two in order to win this series. Sapphron just needs to win one of the next two to win this series. And meanwhile, Zoasty's over here putting on a clinic for this ice clip. That is some unbelievable consistency. Oh my, it's just so perfect. Sapphron, meanwhile, getting fan tune here. 118 health and is at the 50% damage increase here, having moved 35 rooms. Now, if there's something you should know about Sapphron, is he is unbelievable at fighting bosses in this game. That is one thing that has separated him from other participants in this tournament. His ability to fight these bosses is top notch. Sapphron's been putting a lot of work into different strats for different situations in arcade, and you're going to see all the work that Sapphron has put in and kind of how that affects their ability to win matches. As you can see here, Sapphron just having a blast here with Fantoon. Has not even taken a hit yet. As I say that, he gets hit pretty hard there, but utilizing that super is going to use the pseudo screws to get through the flames here, because it's kind of a little invincibility shield, so to speak. And if you've noticed the Kappa flames, that's one of my favorite parts about this hack. Kappa flames are great. All right, down to the final 8 minutes. Sapphron looks like they might just need another round here on missiles. Maybe get a good Doppler in. Ooh, that was a big hit. Doesn't want to get hit there. That was a good dodge. Okay, they ran out of missiles, unfortunately. They could have hit with a nice charge shot there. Zoasty now going to practice. Looks like maybe they're Torian. Sapphron is definitely close here. Oh my goodness. That was a hit. Oh my gosh. 29, I believe at this point can't take a hit by anything. Doesn't want that. Oh, that eye opened right there. That would have been pretty. Oh, nice health drops there for Saph. Using the pseudo screw to get through the first round of flames. Very nice. Is Neil down here? Does not want to get spawned onto. Okay, oh my gosh. Dang. Oh my, okay, that was unbelievable. Oh my gosh. GG, Saph. That was incredible. The charge shots just made that look so pretty. Yeah, Zoast already forfeited the first match. So we are awaiting the time limit here to start the second match. So, and that will be in about 6 minutes here, and then we're going to get the next seed and pop it into the chat for them. They're going to set it up, reset their scores, and reset their timers, and then we're going to get going with that second match. Sapphron taking this one. Only needs to win one more to move on to the semifinals to face Nevdi. Zoasty would need to win the next two to move on to face Nevdi in the semifinals. And meanwhile, Shiny Zinni is awaiting both of those matches in the grand finals. Shiny Zinni, pretty successful on this channel so far, winning the RBO grand finals a couple months ago, and is doing a fantastic job in this tournament, having 5 or 6 of the top 10 arcade scores of this tournament. Just on an absolute tear. So I don't know about you guys, but these grand finals are going to be absolutely wonky. They're going to be so good. Whoever has to face Zinni is going to be in for a pretty penny. But it should be a lot of fun. This is actually a pretty annoying room here for Sapphron. Ooh, okay, got out. Able to get through it very nicely. And that's just kind of where a lot of experience with this hack comes from, because it's not so often that you get that room really in any category with this item set. So it's good to have a lot of experience with different rooms from different directions. Sapphron doing a YOLO spark out of here, gonna find Grapple Beam. Excuse me, not Grapple Beam. It looked like Grapple Beam for a moment. Sapphron is now 2 rooms away from a bead increase, and another 11 rooms away until another damage increase to bring it to a total of 100% damage increase. It's a very nice baby skip setup right there. All right, Sapphron moving into room number 52 here. Gets pre-double chamber room. And finds pre-sign, pre-Indiana Jones. Ooh. Now this could be pretty dangerous, because that pirate up there can be pretty trolly. If it comes down there and you try to jump into it, this would kill Sapphron at this point. Makes it out. Doesn't get dive bombed on. Very nice. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought this, again, rooms from this direction are just so strange sometimes. You forget. Ooh, okay. I'm looking at Zoasty's side. I'm like, oh, they find Botswoon, but I forget that they're just practicing. Looks like Sapphron's going to try to do a Shine Spark, or get a Flash Suit here, rather. Ooh, a nice, okay, those menus do a significant amount of damage just generally. So at this rate, Saffron's going to be taking a lot of damage if he gets hit. Ooh, what a beautiful jump. Daff. Great. Quick question. Does anybody remember the final room count on Zoasty's side? Was it 32 or 34? If anyone remembers that. I love the X Factor strat on Botswoon. That's beautiful. E-Tank pickup. So this is not the worst direction to get Gauntlet from. The actual worst direction is this room, but in the reverse. It's very deadly. Trying to manipulate the time, or on the acid and bombing of the blocks. Sapphron, having screw attacks, gonna have a much easier time though. All right, we're down to our final final 2 minutes here. Sapphron, I mean, it's not impossible to go another 20 rooms, but it's definitely improbable at this point. But Sapphron is putting together a pretty nice run here. This pretty much confirms that Sapphron will be taking the first match. This is a best of 3. So again, let's do this. The first seed that I see that has not been used previously, the chat is now open for suggestions. 0169, let's check and see if that one is okay. Yep. 0169 checks out. That is the one that we will be using. Thank you, Oz169. All right, 50 seconds left. I hope you guys are hyped for the next match. I honestly think this is gonna go to a match 3. Like, we've had quite a few match 3s in this tournament, which is great. I'm hoping to see another one here tonight. Oh, wait. Excuse me, I don't think 0, wait, yeah, wait, 0 is an option, right? Yeah, of course. I read your comment and I confused myself. Yeah, I knew that, but I was like, wait, but then I thought about it too hard. But all is clear, everything's good. All right, so that's it. We're gonna get this reset. $70. What was Saf's final score there? Was it 80? 81? Oh, it was 82. 82 to 81. 81 for Saf. Zos had 33. All right, new seed. 0169. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get this next one sent off to the press. Gonna get this one. All right, the runners have their seed. Looks like Saffron's ready to go. Gonna make sure our runners reset their scores. You'll notice at the top right-hand corner, once they start here, it'll be back to 1. Whoops. All right, here we go. Zoasty just now putting in their seed, and we're going to be getting off. I've released the runners. Everything is good to go. Here we go. Match number 2, Sapphron taking game number 1. This will be moving on to, yeah, Zoasty's not delayed. They were just delayed in actually putting in their seeds. So there's like maybe a couple seconds between Zoasty and Sapphron, which is pretty normal. So there we go. Saffron's going to be coming up. We'll see what direction they elect to go here. Last time, both runners decided to go right. And we'll see kind of what we get here. Now it looks like Sapphron is going to go right, just like last time. And Zoasty's also going to go right. So now we're going to see some pretty nice sinkage. All right, into Bomb Chorizo. And if you're just joining us, this is the Super Metroid Arcade Tournament. This is the quarterfinals. This is a match between Zoasty and Sapphron in the quarterfinals. It's a best of 3. We have 30 minutes as indicated in the timers in the bottom left and bottom right of your screen. When that timer hits 0, the match will end. Whoever has the highest number in the top right-hand corner of our runners' screens will be declared the winner. If they are tied at the end of the 30 minutes, they will have a sudden death, 5 minutes in arcade difficulty. Whoever can go the most rooms in 5 minutes will be declared the winner. If Sapphron wins this match, he will be moving on to the semifinals versus Nevdi. Zoasty has to win the next 2 matches in a best of 3 as we find the awakening missiles. This is actually kind of interesting because once we find the awakening missiles, that's actually going to awaken the mother brain room. If we hadn't found those missiles, that room would actually be asleep, so to speak, coming through there the first time. And we find the Spazer Beam. Very nice sinkage here, Zoasty and Saffron's side. Looks like, ooh, Saffron's going to go down. Zoasty's going to go up, so we're going to have our first divergence. Now, the thing about divergences, this is going to really decide the direction that these runners, or what the seed is going to be. Ooh, finding speed at the exact same time. That was interesting. But it's going to really determine what's going to be like coming at our runners, and it could be pretty significant either way. Zoasty at 51 health here, Sapphron at 45. Gonna farm up a little bit of health here before Bomb Chorizo room. Very nicely done. Saffron finding the top of red tower. Is going to elect to farm up some health and go through the save door. Ooh, Billy Mace for Zoasty. Oh, and Saffron finds charge really early, room 11. So this is kind of that divergence I was talking about, the significance of that. Zoasty could potentially go. The record we've had in this tournament for rooms without charge is 114 by Pizza. So Zoasty could never find charge for the duration of this match. It's definitely possible. Saffron now, oh, and finds Varia Suit. Oh my gosh. Okay, this has to be the quickest charge Varia find in this tournament yet. I don't think there has ever been a charge Varia find that quick. That is going to be very significant, and he gets Karakamire. Oh my gosh. Okay. This seed and this Saffron elects to reset. What a boss. You know, I am okay with this strat. This is actually a really good call for Saffron. This is so heads up. Saffron now probably going to go completely different directions, knowing exactly, going left this time, knowing exactly that the right side is just absolute trash. Honestly, that was such a heads up play by Saffron. I am so hyped right now. Getting charge, getting Varia, getting thrown into Karakamire, boom, Cosmic Brain reset, Baller reset. I love it. We're gonna see how well that works out for Saffron. Honestly, at least on Zoasty's side, not getting a lot in terms of progression, so kind of getting some really good rooms. There's a super pack for Zoasty, but Saffron, that is so good, that reset. I don't think we've ever seen that before in this tournament so far, but Saffron knows it was probably the better decision. Ooh, Zoasty now finding Charge Beam, so it's going to be at 22 here. Unfortunately, Zoasty might be a little too far into the seed to reset. Saffron getting the grapple beam there. So with what's in mind here, Zoasty might want, or is going to probably also run into Varia pretty quickly as well. But we'll see when. I'm curious how long now Saffron will go without finding Charge Beam, because Saffron, not only did they go a different route, but they also started out in a different direction. So that's going to be really interesting. Zoasty now having Charge, moving into the Pancake Room. No runner is at their 50% damage increase yet. Zoasty's about 6 rooms away from that. Finding pre-grapple room here. I called it correctly this time. Saffron finds a pretty terrible room. Looks like they're just going to utilize some iframes here to move through this room pretty quickly. They have the health, and fortunately, they don't have that damage boost. So they're going to be able to get through there with some damage boosts. All right, so Zoasty, unfortunately, is not going to have enough speed to make it up there. Going to use some double bomb jumps here. Very beautiful. And makes it. High jump boots for Sapphron. But this was kind of the what Zoasty needed, a little bit of a cushion. Zoasty now getting some of the longer rooms, unfortunately. Saffron already moving into 13, just 2 rooms behind their max room count here. Zoasty now moving into 29, a room away from that 50% damage increase. Another heated room. This is a pre-ice beam. Saffron finding Spazer again. All right. Speed booster for Saffron. Zoasty going to elect to pick up this missile pack here. It's going to put them at a lot of missiles. Something to note is if either runner were to find Mother Brain, which is possible, the seed will give you what you need to, just barely what you need to complete Mother Brain. And if the seed has to give you something, it'll penalize you by taking away health. So that's something to consider moving forward. We've had runners who didn't have much moving into Mother Brain and were penalized severely for it. So that's something that you have to consider when you're skipping a lot of these minors. Zoasty finding another super pack. Saffron now room 22. Saffron has a lot of knowledge of arcade and knows a lot of the strats necessary to move through these rooms quicker than most might think is possible because of the direction. Saffron has a lot of experience with different directions of the rooms, so not a lot of time do you actually enter some of these rooms from this direction. So Sapphron has a lot of experience moving through these rooms effectively. Zoasty finds missiles in the sky. Gonna elect to pick up even more here. It's gonna be 22 missiles. So if they get thrown into Fantoon again, at least they're gonna be able to defend themselves a little bit easier than previous time. Saffron finds pre-Fantoon there, elects to go up. Wow. See, now that was a really nice reaction time there by Saffron to use the momentum coming through that door to launch them up on top of the Mount Everest hill there. So Saffron is at 1 hit range, cannot get hit by crabs. Ooh, Zoasty finds Gauntlet from the reverse here. This has got to be the most missiles I've seen picked up early on, this early. Saffron getting thrown into the left side sand pit here. Was able to break free there. It's not easy to do. A lot easier if you have space jump. Very nicely done. Zoasty gonna find the Wavegate room. Now putting a little bit of distance between Saffron and Saffron finding some slower rooms here. Zoasty, meanwhile, getting through some quicker rooms. Saffron finding Aqueduct. Gonna go down through the left door here. Zoasty finding another E-Tank. Pushing them out of 1 hit range, at least for now. Ooh, and this is what I'm talking about. This room right here is one of the absolute worsts. Thankfully, Zoasty has some power bombs. They're gonna elect to use some regular bombs first to break these blocks. And use a power bomb in the end to break both the blocks on the right side by the door. A lot of times runners will try to go down there and do both in one swoop. and get caught by the acid and die. Oh, this is going to be tight. Okay, very nice. Zoasty getting out of there, not getting hit, picks up the E-Tank, moves on. Sapphron, meanwhile, is just blazing through these rooms. It's such tremendous speeds. Now moving into 37, just a few rooms behind Zoasty. This is turning into a really tight race here. Yeah, with power bombs, it's really nice, which is exactly why Zoasty saved the few power bombs he had for the very end there. It's really unfortunate when you get that room with just bombs. That's when runners sometimes try to do the full swoop there. Oh, something I forgot to mention. We haven't seen Dragon yet, but if runners do find Dragon, in fact, the only bosses we've seen so far is Phantoon. We haven't seen... Oh, and we've seen Bomb Chorizo and we've seen Crocomar, but we haven't seen Spore Spawn. I said Boss Wound. I meant Bomb Chorizo. Excuse me. We've seen Bomb Chorizo and we've seen Crocomar and we've seen Phantoon. We've yet to see Ridley, Dragon, Kraid, Boss Wound, or Spore Spawn. Bomb Toon. I think that's what I said. I was thinking of too many bosses at once. But something to note about Dragon specifically is Sapphron is just a couple rooms behind Zoasty. Oh, and finds the reverse Forgotten Highway, and Zoasty Sapphron finding the Forgotten Highway, Zoasty finding the reverse of the Forgotten Highway. This is going to be a high five, a very hype high five. We'll see who can get through it first. Very nice. But Sapphron is now just a single room away from... Oh, and there we go. Just as I was talking about different bosses, Zoasty finding Kraid here. Sapphron, meanwhile, finding the Plasma Beam. This is going to be very helpful for Sapphron in killing a lot of stuff very quickly. We'll see if Sapphron... I was going to say Zoasty and Sapphron at the same time. Zoasty gets the quick kill boss. Very nicely done. Oh, excuse me. I said that backwards. Sapphron did get the reverse, and Zoasty got the forward direction from that room. All right, so this is such a good race. Oh my gosh, Zoasty just finding all of the fun rooms here. Zoasty finding pre-Ridley here. Not having too much trouble though. Able to move through there pretty quickly. Finds a new bridge. Gonna be going across here. Sapphron now about 2-3 rooms behind Zoasty. We have still over half this match left. Sapphron finding the wreck ship right side here before the wreck ship E-Tank. Zoasty finding another E-Tank. Sapphron, meanwhile, has only picked up a Kappa tank, which, fun fact... Ooh, finds the top of Meridia Main Street here. Fun fact about the reserve tanks is they've been, I guess you could say, fixed in this hack. When you are a hit, you know, kind of when you get hit and your reserves trigger, that has been kind of fixed in this to where you don't kind of get stuck in like maybe like a double hit situation. They've been fixed to where if you get hit, oh my gosh, they don't, oh, Zoasty, please. Okay. Zoasty, oh no, no, oh no, Zoasty. Oh man, those menus were just like, just out for blood. Sapphron now taking the lead here. It's okay though, there's still over half this match left. That room is so awful. I've died in that room a few too many times. So now it's going to be another situation where we hope, well, we don't hope, but Zoasty might hope that Sapphron gets thrown into some rooms. But as we've seen, Sapphron is just super good at this game and can handle a lot of situations that they are put into. So it would take a lot to get rid of Sapphron at this point. Zoasty gonna have to make another climb back up to at least 57, but is gonna have to be racing after. Okay, now this could be interesting. So this baby is going to bring Sapphron down to 1 health. Unless, of course, he baby skips. But I don't know if he has the necessary items to baby skip. The problem with that is... Oh, he does have reserves. That helps out a lot. Problem with that, if he didn't have the reserves, whatever room he gets next, which is completely random, could very well determine whether he survives or not. So reserve tanks are actually really helpful in this hack. It's Sweet Num's, one of Sweet Num's favorite item to find. Okay, so Sapphron got a pretty good room at least to start, but no chances to refill health. Oh, another really good room. These seeds are being really nice to Sapphron. Zoasty getting some pretty unfortunate rooms. Sapphron, meanwhile, it's going to be moving into 66 and finds charge again. Remember correctly, they've already had charge beam, or are they picking that up for the first time, or is that? I think I may have missed it. Zoasty getting a E-tank there. And pushed into the Mother Brain room here, old Mother Brain room. Okay, this is the second time picking up charge beam. Okay, cool. All right, so Zoasty at this point, again, we still have half this match left, a little under half this match. Saffron is really plowing through these rooms, so there's really not a lot that I think could take out Sapphron. Sapphron would have to get really unlucky, maybe get a various suit in the next few rooms, get thrown into Ridley, but even still, Saffron's ability to manipulate a lot of the movements of these different bosses, or manipulate his own movements to be good against some of these bosses is really good. Oh, there's space jump there. So something to note, which that actually just reminded me. Ooh, this room is awful. Thankfully, Sapphron has power bombs. This room has killed quite a few people. Anyway, so for Dragon, and I've started this sentence like 10 times, I apologize. For Dragon, or maybe I actually finished this, probably, but I'm gonna say it again for anyone who's joining us. For Dragon, if any of the runners find Dragon, how many times can I say Dragon? The first attempt will be without the water physics. So if they go in there without gravity suit, oh my gosh, they don't have to worry about water physics. The second attempt at Dragon, that is when they will be having to deal with water physics. So if they don't have gravity suit, they will have to worry about doing Dragon suitless. So, but Sapphron moving into now 76, and certainly is going to be moving into 77 as they pick up their second E-tank there. Zoasty fighting Mount Everest, needs to be careful not to get hit by the balloon here at the bottom or the crab, either of which would kill them. Very nicely done. That's 23 now for Zoasty. Finds Pre-Fantoon. Sapphron finding Pre-Space. They're going to be moving into 78. And finds the E-tank at Ridley. So now Saffron's at some pretty good health here. Gets another heated room. Back-to-back heated rooms. Going to pick up this missile pack. This is the Pre-Bubble Mountain Reserve room. And it finds a Metroid room. This is not too bad of a room, especially if you have space jump. Without space jump, this room can be pretty monka. At this low health, it also has some pretty good beams to be able to shoot the Metroids effectively there. I think actually it can. At least it can come from any other direction without space, that I do know. But from that particular direction, I'm not sure. But I have personally received most of the Metroid rooms without space jump. But I won't confirm or deny for that specific direction. Metroid rooms have definitely ended one of my runs. But yeah, so Zoasty gonna be moving into 29. There's still about 11 minutes left. Sapphron again would just need to be put in a situation that would derail them from this just beautiful run that they're putting together here right now. And remember, Sapphron took a reset about 15 rooms in after they didn't like the start, and you can see already the effect that had. Has yet to find Variasuit, has yet to find a difficult mini-boss, and has had a much better selection of rooms than when they first started out. So that was a very good call, and a very quick thinking under pressure in a tournament match such as this. So Sapphron made a really nice decision, and I would say it's looking very difficult for Zoasty to come back from this. It's not impossible. Sapphron is just continuously pushing this count up, and unfortunately, the more he pushes it up, Zoasty would need to be absolutely perfect to catch up on top of Saffron's. Okay, that's well, oh man, that's definitely GG. That hurts. Looks like Zoasty probably knows it too. I'm not sure if they're watching the restream. They had a good run though. Definitely some unfortunate deaths. Sapphron just truly an unbelievable player. I had the pleasure of racing against them as well in the last round, and they are brutal to race against because they can be put into certain situations that just don't phase them. They are cool under pressure, and I think they're gonna go far. I think the next match, Sapphron and Nevdi, that's gonna be a tough one for Nevdi. But Nevdi is, a very good 80% runner. I think just recently got a sub 50 PB, maybe the 49.55, I think. So Sapphron, again, movement-wise, is very, very good. But Sapphron just has that upper hand with his knowledge in this hack. It's so vast. But GG for both of our runners here. Sapphron looks like they're most likely going to be taking this one. I think it's pretty safe to say this will be it for Zoasty in the quarterfinals. Sapphron taking the G back-to-back matches here. So I think it's safe to say we can throw in our GGs for Sapphron here. Had an amazing 2 matches here. And going to be pushing this over 100 and could potentially move into the top 10, which is currently his high score in the tournament is 128. So he could definitely break his high score, which would put him further into the top 10 here. So if you take a look at that top 10 right there, and there we see Zoasty in the chat. GG Zoasty. Good runs, a lot of pretty intense combination of rooms back to back. The seed wasn't really working in your favor in the way you were. Okay, Sapphron. But that's what I'm talking about. Sapphron are able to react to that Metroid that would have just absolutely murdered anyone else. Usually when you get grabbed on by Metroids in arcade, it's like GG. But one with the reserve tank and his quick thinking with the bombs, that was gorgeous. Did Sapphron freeze here? Am I still live? I think the heat from that yeeted Sapphron from the stream here. Oh, there we go. Now he's back. Wait. Oh no. What happened? Oh wait, it's back now. Okay. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was one of 2 splices that are afforded to our runners. Each runner is allowed 1 splice per tournament, or sorry, 2 splices per tournament. So Sapphron electing to use his right there. Though I'm not sure I agree with that decision because there are definitely other matches where you could splice. And just kidding. But that was a very interesting. I like the not like this. That was super cool. But anyways, that That reaction time, you saw how quickly Saffron's health depleted. It was like full to almost nothing in a matter of seconds, and Sapphron being able to react to that quickly was just very, very nice. And it just needs to go about another 18 rooms. It sounded believable. Another 18 rooms here for Sapphron to break his high score, so we definitely want to put our hands together, root on Sapphron here, and hopefully they can break their... Oh my gosh, so many people have jumped through that hole there right into a crab. Surprisingly, it's happened probably 3 or 4 or more times in this tournament so far. But this is hype. Sapphron versus Nevdi in the semifinals. The winner of that match going to go on to face Shiny Zinni, who has blessed us with her presence in chat today. Welcome. And then the loser of that next match will go on to face Pizza. And Pizza is no slouch either. So we have such an exciting few matches left of this tournament. I'm hype. I hope you guys are hype. I hope the runners are hype. And so, you know, tell your friends, your significant others, your children, your pets. You know, my cat Astro is chilling on my lap right now, loving some arcade. Everyone loves arcade. Oh, Sapphron finds Fantoon. So I'm not saying this is going to kill him necessarily, but it might kill his opportunity at breaking his high score, which is 128. So we'll see kind of how quickly he can get rid of Fantoon here. But you're going to see just how much time and effort Sapphron has put into this hack. He is unbelievable at Fantoon specifically, probably one of the best arcade Fantoon hack fighters I've ever seen, next to Zinni, of course. But this is now about 3 minutes left. You know, you can do it. I haven't lost faith yet, but depending on how what the patterns are like for Fantoon, you could see the potential of a... Yeah, okay, so Sapphron definitely has like 1 round left. He has enough supers here to get rid of. So I'm probably going to be finished around maybe the 150 mark. And that could potentially give them enough time to go an additional 8 rooms, perhaps. It could definitely allow them the time to go at least 4 rooms, which would put them another time into the top 10. As you see, the top time, or rather top score, Sapphron is just an absolute G. Look at that. Beautiful. Well done, Sapphron, taking out Fantoon there. And so about what I predicted, about 150 left for Sapphron here to go, yeah, about 154 there to go the rest of this 9 rooms. 8 to tie his record, 9 to make a PB. So everyone bless RNGs in chat that Sapphron doesn't get pushed into any particularly long rooms like this one, for example. Wait, what? What? Wait. I didn't even know that was possible. Wow. That was amazing. He the heads up play on getting a spark going from the previous room was so awesome. Now we're moving into 125, purely a 126 here at the very least. It looks like Sapphron, if Sapphron doesn't get pushed into any, like maybe escape rooms, or that's a quick connection room in Forgotten Highway here. 127, just needs to go a few more rooms here. Oh, that's not the best room to have. This not gonna okay, they get a really nice short charge. Oh, and the beautiful Shine Spark across the way. Oh my gosh, putting on an absolute clinic. Here's 128. It's a Metroid room. They have 30 seconds now to go to 129 to make a new PB here. 21 seconds. They're already in the top 10. 15 seconds left. There's a new PB for Sapphron. Congratulations. Could potentially even move it up another 1 or 2 rooms here. There's 130. And let's see if they beat the mark here for 131. They don't. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Flood chat with your GGs. Congratulations, Sapphron. 130. Unbelievable. That's going to move Shiny Zinni and Sapphron tied at 7th place with 130. A beautiful run there by Sapphron. We're going to see if either of these runners want interviews. All right, so Sapphron will be joining us for an interview.
Oh my god.
And we are joined by Sapphron.
Holy
Welcome,
crap.
GG. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks.
Wow.
That was a pretty incredible run. I mean, both runs.
Thank you.
That last run, especially, you got a new PB in the tournament. Previous PB, yeah, previous PB was 128. So congratulations. You're also moved into the top 10 again. You're going to be tied with Shiny Zinni for 7th place.
Oh, I did?
With 130.
Oh, I thought it was 160. Okay. Nice.
Well, that was very, very, very stressful because Zoast is definitely a great competitor, and I was very nervous coming into this because
that was very, very, very stressful because
records. So like,
Mhm.
super nervous. Zoast is definitely a great competitor, and
I kind of made that comment
I
at the
was
beginning.
very,
Zoasty,
very
of
nervous
course,
coming into this because I didn't know how
stellar,
good he was at
unbelievable
arcade and
runner in
he's
regards to
Zoast, he
movement
holds world
and tech,
records. So like,
but you
I got
have
super
that
nervous at the beginning.
just unbelievable
but
knowledge for
turned
this
out
hack and just for half hacks in general, and so you kind of had a lot of experience with different directions of. Hold on one second.
Oh, is it echoing? What the heck? That's not supposed to happen. What? Okay, that's weird. Yeah,
'Kay.
sorry about that.
That's okay. Should be good now. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, you just have a really good knowledge about, different directions of this room and how to handle the different directions. Zoasty, in at least the first match, had a really strange combination of rooms back to back. He was put in the
Yeah.
after Cathedral, that long hellway before Bubble Mountain, with only
Okay,
2
yeah.
tanks, and then was thrown
Jeez.
directly into Fantoon. So that was a real rough go. In the second match, he had an unfortunate death in the pre-ocean, excuse me, watering hole with the menus. Those guys are so brutal.
Shoot, which one's that again? I forget.
That's the one with all of the little flying fire flea looking dudes.
Oh, that one.
the top of
Oh,
Meridia.
man. Oh, I can feel that. Oh,
Yeah, those
that
are
is
rough.
the
But I
worst.
actually have a really interesting, not really a question, but more of a statement.
Mhm.
What was going through your mind? Okay, actually, it is a question. What was going through your mind when it was like room 15? By room 15, you found Charge, Varia, and were thrown into Crocomire.
I knew that by resetting, I would definitely gain time and probably get better items by just going the other way. It just seemed trivial. Like there was no question that it was going to be faster because I would spend at least 1 or 2 minutes on Crocomire, and I just had terrible items at that point. I did not want Charge. I didn't want Varia. I could have gotten like thrown into Dragon or Ridley
Mhm.
for all I know. So it
Yeah,
was just a very good idea to
we were
reset.
very, very, very hype, and super excited that you made that choice. I mean, you were only 15 rooms in.
Yes, 15.
Not a lot of time went by, and
Yeah, 3
you
minutes.
still managed.
That's all it was.
You still managed to go 130 rooms. It was such a good decision because, and I liked that you not only reset, but you just completely went the opposite direction.
Mhm.
You and Zoast, in both matches actually went relatively the same route until you got to rooms like wreck ship pre E-tank. One of you would go up, one of
Oh,
you would go
wow.
down. There was one time you got into, I think it
Going up's
was
probably faster.
yeah, it was one room where you usually when there was like an up direction or a down direction, you would just split off. But at least for like the first 2 or 3 minutes, you were just literally sync for sync, and it was really that
Wow.
divergence that ended up affecting the matches in really critical ways. Um,
Gotcha.
but yeah, that
Yeah.
was probably I'm gonna go out on a limb here because I've done a lot of these matches, at least from a commentary standpoint. That was probably the quickest I have ever seen charge and Varia be thrown at a runner in the tournament.
Yeah, it's just sad, honestly. My heart sank.
I could feel literally I was
The
saying that I
disappointment,
literally I could feel like your probably your
frustration,
emotions.
disappointment.
It's when you found charge really early. I think it was 11, but then when
Yeah.
you found Varia right after that, that was just like an oof moment.
I probably could have like faced Ridley at that point had I had a few more E tanks, but no, I don't want to. And it'd be a huge time sink, so not happening. But yeah. Whew.
All right. Well, what are your thoughts on Nevdi?
Nevdi? Um Shoot, I gotta check
That
the
is your next
challenge
opponent.
page. I don't know much about them right now, actually. Oh, one sec. Well, obviously they won, so I think they'll be a very good competitor. They won like 2-0 in each match, so
Mhm.
that'll be definitely frustrating. Or not frustrating, but like interesting.
Yeah. Nevdi, sub 50, any percent runner, so kind of on the same playing
Okay.
field in regards to movement. But I do think you still have that edge with knowledge. So it should be kind of like this one, kind of up in the air. Who can move through these
Yeah.
rooms the quickest? Who can utilize the most tech to get through rooms the most efficient? I think it's going to be a good matchup. So, uh,
Yeah,
looking
sounds
forward
like
to
it.
when you guys schedule that one.
Yeah.
Well, all
Hopefully
right.
sooner than later.
Yeah, if you don't have anything left to say, I wish you a fantastic night and enjoy the rest of your evening. We're going to find someone who's playing Super Metroid right now with the fewest viewers. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. Okay. Super Metroid never actually got far on this one, only ever played emulator version. Feisty Peach playing Super Metroid for about the first time here. It looks like. So let's go give them some love. So let's just like raid their channel with hearts and pog champs because they deserve hype. So let's have a great day, guys. I was J Chalk. That was the quarterfinals of the Super Metroid Arcade Tournament. We'll be back sometime with the Nevdi Saffron match, and the winner of that match will go on to face, you heard it, Shiny Zinni. So
Boy.
it is not going to be easy.
Oh,
No
he's
easy
all the way
matches
up
from here
there.
on out. But
Ooh.
thank you, Saffron, again, and thank you guys out there in the chat. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, have a good night, man. Thanks for the race.